And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway as we're getting set for the running of the Chicago 100, race number 10 of the PCSRA AutoZone Amateur Series. Now, this series was supposed to run yesterday before the truck race. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other ideas, and while we did run our truck race last night, this series was postponed to today. So these drivers had an extra day to think about it, and after seeing what happened in our truck series race last night, we're in for a very, very long day of racing here at Chicagoland. Of course, this is a doubleheader with this race and the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race coming up later this evening. That did not need to come up that big. So we're getting ready for some good racing. After this, we only have 6 more races left to go in the season, because next week we go to Pocono, then Kentucky, and then they will have some off weeks before we have our championship race. Angela Thornburg sits on the pole position for today's race. Has not been a very good season for her. 20th in the point standings for her in that number 3 Chevrolet. Alongside her is the number 1 of Mona Gamble, who is making her second start. She made her debut along with her siblings last week at Indianapolis, so she starts on the outside of the front row. She's ineligible to win the championship, but still going to go out there and try to make a name of herself. Marcus Sellers, on the other hand, comes in this race 4th in the point standings, and Esther Roberts, our winner from Daytona in the 97, who comes in this race 30th in the points. Here is a look at the points. As I mentioned, the sisters got added to there. There's the Rookie of the Year, as Lucy Granger finally got Rookie of the Year points, even though she's out of contention for Rookie of the Year. But, as I said, just trying to make a name for herself. Of course, 67 laps of racing. We're going to go over the point standings in just a second. It's time to get these cars rolling out onto the track behind the Dodge Charger pace car. Michael Anderson's the points leader by 102 points over Natalie Fisher. Carolina Bradley 3rd in the point standings, losing a spot after last race at Indy. 4th in points is Marcus Sellers, who had a good run last week at Indy. Ingrid Pollard rounds out the top 5 in the 5th position. Rest of the top 10 are Daisy Flowers, Curtis Glover, Jennifer Power, who fell 3 spots last week, also was fined $25,000 for her little stupidity last week. Amy Pruitt and Luca Rosso completes the top 10. You know, for the 4 drivers who, the Gamble sisters and Lucy Granger, all they're doing is just trying to make a name for themselves. For the other 36 that ran every race this season, one goal still remains. Try to get yourself into championship contention. They will have to stop for tires and fuel for once in this race. And as I'm recording this, happy last Friday in the month of August. And it's time to go Chicagoland racing. The Chicago 100 is green. Let's roll at Chicagoland. All 40 cars have taken the start, so that's very good. Some of these drivers who were in the non-charter race and or made the main event last night, I wonder what kind of data they gave to their crew chiefs after their race was postponed, like Tina Jones, Ben Carpenter, just to name a few. Lucy Granger going 3 wide. How about the rookie Lucy Granger having a very good start to this race? As I said, one of the part-time drivers, 37th in points, not going to battle for a championship, but she's just out here to make a name of herself. Boy, she made a gutsy move going 3 wide, so... Of course, her sister, Samantha Granger, was involved in a wreck last night in the Truck Series. Speaking of Samantha Granger, she's still at the track to support her sister. And the caution is out for the first time today as Lucy Granger, the Sunny D Chevrolet, will lead us back to our first yellow. Let's see who this involved. Oh, Ryan Madison, former winner this season. All badly damaged up. The points leader's in it. Michael Anderson, the points leader, was involved. Oh boy. Amy Pruitt, 9th in points, is involved. Damage to Ariel Moore's car. I don't know. I think Liliana Batza's got a little hood buckle on her Chevrolet. So does Kevin Lambert. He's got damage to the right side. So does Marcus Thatcher. There's Tina Jones, who ran the truck race last night. But the points leader was involved. Oh, boy. Let's take a look and see what happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, we had a huge accident. Oh, let's see how we're going to decipher this little chaotic mess. This started, let's see. Boy, we had a huge wreck, and there's the contact. Got the 0-1 involved. There's Ben Carpenter going by. Nina Cambridge, Lucas Albon, Thatcher was in it. Second in points is in it. Natalie Fisher. Kevin Lambert's in it. Alyssa Albon, boy, her season has been really a disaster. How did Ryan Madison get collected? Oh, he got bounced off. Oh, let's see. Got bounced off. I think Amy Pruitt got into it with Liliana Batza. They shot up, collected Ryan Madison. They also collected the 11. So the top 2 in the point standings have had trouble. Possibly another one with Curtis Glover. Let's see. Did he get collected in this? I think he missed it. Nope, he got a little bit of damage. He got into the Alyssa Albon. Also got into Kevin Lambert. Okay. Boy. This is going to have huge implications. Looks like these drivers came to pit road, and Alex Winters is going to inherit the lead. Question is, will they have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way? That's going to be a question mark. Let's get you guys to the restart. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go back to green this time by Alex Winters, the leader. Let me pull up the list so I do not derp. Herba Gamble in second. Lucy Granger third. Drake Robertson fourth. Ben Carpenter fifth. Then it's Luca Rosso, Blake Peppers, Paul Walker. No relationship to the Paul Walker who died in real life, just FYI. Pole sitter Angela Thornburg and Esther Roberts complete the top 10. Drivers out after that, and there's the big notables. Alyssa Albon is out of the race. Ryan Madison's out of the race. And the top 2 in the Drivers' Championship. Michael Anderson, the gal that was trying to run him down for the points lead, is out. That would be the 73 of Natalie Fisher. 36 of the 40 cars still in the race and on the lead lap as we are back to green. The gal that was trying to run those 2 down, where's Carolina Bradley? 25th. Talk about Chicagoland playing its part in this championship. Of course, remember, this series is the only series that does not have a playoff system. Let's also not forget, this race is in the daytime. Our truck race was at night last night. I think these cars are slip sliding around. Because remember, they're on different tires than the truck series. Oh, they're trying to go they're going 4 wide. This is not going to end well. Oh, contact between the 48 and the 57. Get off of there. There you go. Oh, 4 wide again with another gamble. Looks like the yellow might be out. That's Cleopatra gamble. Yep, yellow is out for the second time today as Alex Winters will lead us back to the yellow. Looks like the 11 just came off pit road. That's Zach Lambert. I wonder if he had an unscheduled pit stop or something. Ah, Blake Morris is in it. 29th in points. He was the reason for this yellow. I think he's the only driver that would be the reason for this caution. Let's take a look and see what happened to Blake. Blake's had a tough year so far. I can say his championship hopes is pretty much going to be gone. Excuse me. Okay, he's 3 wide there with Esther Roberts and Peach Ramirez. Ramirez also ran in the truck race last night. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Peach came down or Blake came up. Whatever the case, one was coming down, one was coming up, and as a consequences, the two got together. And that took Esther Roberts has a lot of damage to her Chevrolet, our winner from Daytona. And everybody's coming to pit road again. And looks like Esther Roberts is going to try to continue in this race. We still don't know why Zach Lambert came to pit road, unless it was an emergency stop, like he had a tire going down or something. But whatever the case, that's a tough break for him. Two days in a row for Peach Ramirez. Was caught up in a wreck last night in the truck race. Gets involved in this one here today. So Chicagoland has not been very kind for Peach Ramirez. Looks like Luca Rosso is currently the leader because some of these drivers did not pit under this yellow. So we're going to go ahead and get you the restart. We're going to have Rosso leader, Blake Pepper second, Drake Robertson, Paul Walker, Angela Thornburg. Then it's Marcus Sellers, Dylan Jacobs. Make sure I have this name right. Mona Gamble, Natasha Drummond, and Aaron Hornish. That is your top 10. And 27 is the only car out of the race. Everybody else that was involved has continued on. Back to green here at Chicago. Luca Rosso, this is his first full-time season. He ran part-time in the AutoZone Amateur Series last season. One of the highest of the part-timers. Well, I'm looking at trucks. I need to be looking at this. Luca Rosso came in his race 10th in the points. Oh, there's contact there. Oh, contact. Hang on there. Hang on, children. Oh, there goes Rosso. There they go. Did they save it is the answer. No, they didn't. Dylan Jacobs and Angela Thornburg were stuck together. Oh, Ariel Moore just piled in, and now we got another pile up on the front stretch. Esther Roberts looks like her day is done. Nina Cambridge. I don't know if they're racing back to the line. Nope, yellow is out. Paul Walker will lead us back to the yellow. And watch the 32 of Dylan Jacobs here, our third yellow of this race. And that would be male abuse for the 3 of Angela Thornburg. Just hooked the right rear of the 32, turned him in the wall. Luca Rosso's going to have some damage to the car. And as the 3 starts to go down the hill, there's the 30, whammo. There's Nina Cambridge in it. Esther Roberts runs to the back of the 30. Marcus Thatcher in the 10 was collected in this wreck. Nina Cambridge and Liliana Bata, those two got together. As they say, the rest is history. Some drivers come to pit road, some drivers stayed out. And Aaron Hornish is our leader. And now he's got a problem, so that will turn the race lead back over to Mona Gamble. Mona had a very good run last week, ended up finishing in the 2nd position, almost got a win in her debut. So she is the leader. Zach Lambert 2nd, Alex Winters 3rd, Tommy Montgomery, in 4th. 5th, Lucy Granger. 6th, Ben Carpenter. 7th, Cleopatra Gamble. Patrick Combs, Pete Ramirez, and Daisy Flowers. That is your top 10. Out of the race after that incident, Angela Thornburg, our pole sitter, Esther Roberts, Ariel Moore. They're out of the race. They joined Blake Morris, Natalie Fisher, Michael Anderson, the points leader, Ryan Madison, and Alyssa Albon, who have already gone behind the wall and out of the race. Like to see a green flag run going for these drivers here. The Gamol sisters. I think it's Gamol. If I pronounce it wrong, they'll tell me how it's pronounced right. What's interesting is about the siblings that made their debut, the Gamol sisters, is they're next door neighbors to the Amir Moezes, which is Azar, Azra, Katsuro, and Ebony Amir Moez. Also Makara Amir Moez. Oh, we got a wreck. But I'll finish what I'm going to say. As 94 got spun, yellow's out. But finishing my point, we already saw Makara and Azar in last night's truck race. You will see the other 2 siblings tomorrow in the Monster Energy race. Oh, Amy Pruitt is in it. Liliana Batza, Dan McAllister, Ben Carpenter, Jennifer Power, 2 weeks in a row for her. Marcus Thatcher was in it. Got more cars lining up the pit lane. Drake Robertson was collected in this little incident. A lot of damage to Ben Carpenter. See what happened here. Looks like to me Tommy Montgomery drove it in there too hard, spun the 94 around. 94 goes up into the wall. The 4 made a good job missing it. Amy Pruitt, however, did not. Neither did Dan McAllister. Jennifer Powers going to hit the 63. There's Drake Robertson getting collected. But how did Liliana Batta get piece? Ooh, Curtis Glover missed it. Here's Liliana Batta. Let's see how she got. Oh, she hit the 63. Wow, just shut the 63. Oh, Marcus Thatcher got the wall a little bit. And he's out of the race. Looked like it broke a suspension on that car as Cleopatra Gemmel, who won the pole for last week's race, is the leader under this yellow. Yeah, it's Gemmel. I'll probably get better at their names and all that. You know, the thing is, and this is the interesting part, you know, the Gemmels are great neighbors to the Amirmoes. Of course, like I said, we saw two of the Amirmoes, which is Makara and who's the other Amirmoes? Well, I'm thinking Azar. Okay, so they're up in the truck series, which both of them could go up to the Buffalo Wild Wings series. And you will see Abonia Amirmoes and also Katsura Amirmoes and the other drivers tomorrow in the Monster Energy series. Speaking of and also let's not forget, Katsura Amirmoes is the only Egyptian driver battling for the championship in Monster. As we are back to green. And we'll discuss that. We're going to discuss the format actually right now. For the Monster Energy Series tomorrow, after we run the Buffalo Wild Wings tonight, tomorrow we're going to have the division drivers will race here at noon Eastern time. Then tomorrow night, we're going to have two separate races for Monster for the last 10 races of the playoffs. We'll have the division races that will run first tomorrow. Then we'll have the main event drivers, those that made the playoffs. They will run the full distance races for the last 10 races of the season as the yellow flag is out. It will be the Camping World 400 at 6:30 Eastern time for the main event. Patrick Combs got a little contact with the 9 car who goes up and got the wall. He'll lead us back to the yellow. I believe Jennifer Power is the reason for this yellow. Let's confirm it. She is going awfully slow, and survey says, yes, she was. It looks like the 1 car was also collected. That was Mona Gamal. Mona had a hell of a run, and 2 weeks in a row, Jennifer Power, not paying any attention, gets turned by the Tom Thumbs Ford Fusion. Nearly collected Nina Cambridge, who you will see her tomorrow in the Monster Energy Series race. Let's get these drivers back to the green. While we do that, we're going to go ahead and give you our Wendy's race menus right near as we're near the midway point of this race. Let's see, Patrick Combs last night in the truck race finished out of the race in 15th, so which he's currently 33rd in points. Not been a good season for him. He's doing better here in the AutoZone Amateur Series. The Truck Series, however, he's not having a good season. Back to green. Out of the race is Ben Carpenter, Amy Pruitt, Dan McAllister, Drake Robertson, Liliana Bata, Marcus Thatcher. Those drivers out of the race. That 42 is dangerous, or 43, sorry, is dangerously slow. Natasha Drummond was 1 lap down. She's now on the tail end of the lead lap. Apparently she came in when the pits were closed, or came in the pits, but was behind the pace car, so she's now the last car on the lead lap. And if the 20 can get a caution here, she would get back on the lead lap, make a 1.5 miles up, and start at the rear of the field. Keeping an eye on Carolina Bradley, she's currently 14th. She was 131 points back of Natalie Fisher and Michael Anderson. As far as the points lead is concerned, she's still 14th. So I think, oh, we got a wreck. Scraping. Oh, no, we're wrecking. Oh, no. Patrick Combs. Dylan Jacobs. Oh, Cleopatra got hit. Oh, her sister just hit. Mona just hit her sister. Oh, they're still wrecking. Jennifer Power. What are these drivers doing? Not slamming on the brakes. Marcus Sellers, Zach Lambert, Kevin Lambert. The Lambert brothers in it. Luca Rosso, Daisy Flowers, Nina Cambridge, again Alex Winters, Lucas Albon, Dylan Jacobs. Caution is out one more time. Good grief. Why are these drivers not using their brakes as we're past the halfway point in this race? Good grief. That was really a big wreck that really should have not happened at all, to be honest with you. And Cleopatra took the worst of that little shunt. And it looks like Patrick Combs just hooked Zach Lambert and took Alex Winters, the 25. So big break for the 20. She's back on the lead lap. Tina Jones missed it. Marcus Sellers does not. See, the 9 was going to get away, and then Dylan Jacobs, not paying any attention, just speared the 32. That really should have not happened. Boy, the 1 car just hit her sister. And Mona Gamble, who had a very good run last week at Indianapolis in her debut, that was not the way she wanted to do, is hit her sister. I bet Mona's probably going to be sick to her stomach for running into her sister, but to be fair, she didn't have anywhere to go, so. She did see if her sister was okay, and she was okay as well. And out of the race after that, that was a lot of cars involved. Nina Cambridge, Jennifer Power, by the way, has been called to the AutoZone Amateur Truck for the 2nd week in a row. Zach Lambert, Marcus Sellers, Lucas Albon, so both the Albon siblings who are in this race out. Cleopatra is out of the race. Dylan Jacobs, Mona Gamble, Daisy Flowers, Patrick Combs, Lucas Albon, Curtis Glover out of the race. That took out a lot of drivers in the process. And now Heba Gamal, or Gamal, I think it's Gamal, I'll have to see how it's pronounced so that way I'm not mispronouncing it, is the only sibling left. We talked about Samantha Granger, who won the truck race season opener at Ricky Raceway. Lucy Granger, however, is trying to win her first career AutoZone Amateur Series win and follow in the footsteps of her sister. Yellow is out again. And Natasha Drummond, who got a big break on the last yellow, it looks like she's involved in this yellow. And she got hooked by Blake Peppers, and that's female abuse. And got the 0-6 caught up. That's Carolina Bradley. That's third in points. That's third in points, Carolina Bradley. Oh, boy. Man, oh, man. This is almost a repeat of last week. Well, technically last week. Boy. A lot of drivers who came in running very well in the points absolutely did not need this. As 47 leads, anyone out of the race? The answer is no. As we are back to green. Lucy Granger made her debut at Phoenix, got taken out. Lucy Granger will be back in that 47 next year. Heba Gamal. Yeah, they told me it's Gamal, not Gamal. As Lucy Granger's going to go for the lead. Of course, her sister won the season opener to start the season. Can Lucy Granger get her first career win in her third start? Wouldn't that be something? Of course, Samantha Granger has her work cut out for her when we go to Pocono next week. And that's because the fact that, that's because she's currently one of the 3 drivers in the danger zone of being eliminated from the playoffs. Also, hold on. Also, Lucy Granger will be running in the Truck Series full-time next season, in addition to running this series. Because she really wants to follow the success of her sister. Samantha Granger, by the way, on the pit box of the Sunny D Chevy. I wonder what's going through Samantha's mind seeing her sister out on the track leading this race. And of course, Samantha Granger needs a good run to get herself out of the danger zone and get her into a good spot going into the elimination race in 2 weeks after next week's race. Of course, remember, Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings after next week at Pocono will take an off week. Lucy Granger, who just scraped the wall Here comes Paul Walker, but can't make the pass. Of course, Lucy Granger turned 18 years old before the Phoenix weekend. And traffic for the leaders for the first time today, and they just split. Who was that? That was Kevin Lambert, I think. Kevin Lambert just made the two gals and Paul Walker very nice. At least he was trying to get out of the way. First time we've had lap traffic in this race here today. Of course, the 4 and the 47, even though they're not battling for the championship, they're just out here just to make a name of themselves. They're trying to go to victory lane. I mean, here's the thing. You have the Gamal sisters who will be back in those rides next season to run their first full season rookie campaign. Of course, they are 18 years old. You have Lucy Granger, who has a sister who's in the playoffs for the Truck Series, even though she had a difficult race last night. And, of course, Lucy has been learning from her little sister, Samantha. Of course, no matter what, Samantha Granger, will be in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series next season. With Smart going to be driving the 99 Ford Mustang, the Office Depot Ford Mustang next season. Because I thought there was going to be a Ford. So it would be, because Samantha Granger has been thinking about wanting to open her Buffalo Wild Wings Series team, and it could happen with an affiliation with Smart Motorsports. Of course, Smart Motorsports has already been affiliated with Mia Watts and Annie Winters. And you will see Mia Watts tonight in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, along with Annie Winters and the other Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers, the other 40 of them. You'll also see Ari Springer, who Ari was very upset with herself. She was not mad at anybody. She was upset with herself. And Cody saw Ari's dejection. Even though she got a top 15, she turned a bad day into something good, but Ari's still just upset with herself after last night's truck race. You know, and I feel bad for Ari because, you know, I mean, yes, she was 3 laps down, but her team did a good job getting her back out and trying to get some points. Of course, remember, Ari Springer is the outgoing Truck Series champion because she's not running full-time in the Truck Series. She is, however, going to run some more truck races next season because she has a championship charter she will use that would get her into the field. Question is, does anybody have anything for Paul Walker? Paul Walker came in this race 17th in the points. Paul Walker just trying to find the victory. He's had an okay season. Down to 5 to go when we cross the line. Should be a good race here tonight for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. as the sun's going down. Oh, got a wreck. Blake Peppers is around. This will end the race. And Kevin Lambert can't get out of the way for Lucy Granger. Well, it doesn't matter. The race is over. That will definitely end the race. They were about to put Natasha Drummond a lap down. Oh, Stephanie Carlson was collected. Carlson had a very anonymous race. Pete Ramirez is out. So it brought out the final caution of the day. Oh, we had more drivers involved. I didn't see this. Okay, so we had two separate wrecks. We saw the Blake Peppers incident. I didn't see this. Looks like Heba Gamal got in the right rear of Stephanie Carlson. Took both those ladies in the wall. Tina Jones gets collected. And then Pete Ramirez ran in the back of the zero. Tommy Montgomery, who had a very anonymous race, got collected. That's a shame. Hate that for Tommy. Had a good run going and gets collected in somebody else's mess. And this will no doubt end this race under the yellow flag. We have hit 3 to go, so we will not get back to green, unfortunately. Oh, but Paul Walker ran out of fuel. And that might have just gave the win to Lucy Granger. Are you serious? Paul Walker had this race won, and he ran out of fuel. And Lucy Granger, in her third career AutoZone Amateur Series start, is going to win a Chicagoland. How about that? Oh, the Sunny D crew and Samantha Granger cannot believe it. Paul Walker did not have enough fuel to make it to the end, ran out of gas with 2 to go, and gave the win to a rookie driver. Oh, the tears of happiness for that 47. Lucy Granger had a little struggle getting her feet wet. Got ruffled up in her debut. Not of her fault. Had a okay run last week at Indianapolis. And now pulled a Kevin Harvick from the Winston Cup Series back in 2001. And Lucy Granger, after seeing her sister win at Ricky in the Truck Series, which her sister will go to Buffalo Wild Wings Series next season, after getting her first career Truck Series win, she has her first AutoZone Amateur Series win. The racing gods are loving the Grangers. I bet mom and dad are happy. Mr. and Mrs. Granger seeing their 2 daughters get a win this year, and that's really remarkable. Cody cannot believe... I think Cody Smart is in a state of shock. But add a girl to Lucy Granger. Her first career AutoZone Amateur Series win. This is going to be good confidence for her when she goes full-time next season for that team. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Good run for Aaron Hornish, second place, even though he came close to the victory. But another good result. This will be a bounce-back result for him. In second, Ingrid Pollard. This is a big driver because the top 4 had troubles today. Did Ingrid Pollard do enough to take the points lead? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see on that, but she may end up having a good points day, staying in the top 10. Blake Peppers in 4th. Carolina Bradley capitalized on the misfortunes of Michael Anderson and Natalie Fisher. I believe Carolina Bradley will take the points lead heading into next week's race at Pocono. Heba Gamble, after getting involved in a wreck, comes back for a 6th place result. Nice job for her. She ended up out of the race in 39th last week in her debut, so this is much needed points for that 4 team. Alex Winter 7th, Natasha Drummond 8th, Paul Walker, who had this race won but ran out of gas, will have to settle for 9th, and Kevin Lambert finished 2 laps down, complete the top 10. Everyone else dropped out of the race after a lot of drivers. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, Michael Anderson, 38th. He was your points leader. Natalie Fisher finished in 37th. She was 2nd in points coming into this race. So, Chicagoland really shook up the points. But Lucy Granger is probably going to have a lot of good emotions and a lot of hugs from her family, as she is an AutoZone Amateur Series win. We saw how Samantha Granger got that win at Ricky. It was an emotional win for her. I bet it's going to be an emotional win for the youngest of Lucy Granger. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, become part of the PCS Array crew today. We're going to go ahead and show you your results one more time. And we're going to go ahead and show you your points coming up. So we're going to go ahead and show you your rookie points and overall points. Boy, the points really got a big shaker. How about that for Lucy Granger? I don't think Cody Smart predicted that. 3 races into her AutoZone Amateur Series career. Chicago 100. 8 cautions. Boy. Whew. That's a lot of yellows if you ask me. And it shook up the points. Also, Alyssa Albon is the winner of the reverse race. I'll check for the U-Bluets later. Oh, boy. All right, let's see what it did to the points. Here they are. Your points leaving Chicagoland. Despite DNFing, Michael Anderson still got the points lead, but Carolina Bradley's on his tail. Ingrid Pollard's there. Mark Sellis, Natalie Fisher dropped to 5th. Good job to Lucy Granger getting her first career AutoZone Amateur Series win. And there's the points. It looks like all of the rookies have scored points, so there you go. Good job to them. So, yeah. We've already showed you your full finisher results, as I said. You're looking at your rookie points. Michael Anderson's still the rookie points leader, shockingly. And your overall points heading into next week's race at the Pocono Raceway. Later tonight will be the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, and tomorrow the Monster Energy Series starts the playoffs. And then all 4 series will be at Pocono next week to start the 11th race for the AutoZone Amateur Series, and then for our 3 series, their second race of the first round. That should be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great. Until then, I've been DDVille signing off. Thanks for watching today's race. We'll see you later tonight for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Until then, you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the PCS Array, the best NR racing since 2017. See you tonight for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race.